Good evening. We will have a look at fun family activities for this upcoming holiday season. A recount has been decided by the Jasper Mayor, and of course your local stories, sports, and weather are all coming up here on the 18 WJTS News. This is the 18 WJTS News. Good evening, I'm Charlotte Olson. A petition has officially been filed for a recount by one of the two candidates whose vote tallies ended with a tie for the office of mayor for Jasper just ahead of today's deadline. The DuBois County Clerk's office says that the petition was filed by attorneys on behalf of the Republican incumbent mayor, Terry Seitz, through the DuBois County Circuit Court Monday afternoon. Seitz and Democratic challenger Wayne Sheeter ended the night of the November 3rd election in a deadlock, with both men receiving exactly 1,856 votes apiece, a percentage of 47.57% of the vote for both. Independent candidate Joshua Budd finished this year's election with a total of 190 tallies. Both Sheeter, Budd, and the DuBois County Election Board were named as respondents in the filing. Both Seitz and Sheeter had until noon today to decide either to pursue a petition process calling for recount. If either had decided to go that route, they would be required to go through a court process asking for that recount, paying an initial filing fee out of their own pocket, as well as an additional bond with a minimum of $140. The petition was filed by Indianapolis attorney David Brooks and Samantha DeWester. Now, had a request for the recount not been made a Tuesday's deadline, officials with both the DuBois County Republican and the DuBois County Democratic parties would still have had till noon this Friday to file. The suit asks that any and all ballot cards used in all 14 precincts in the election be counted manually. State law requires that a recount must be completed by December 20th. If the now pending recount should still end in a tie and the election is indeed circuited by the state, the task of naming the official winner will be in the hands of the current Jasper City Council, not the governing city body that will take over after the first of the year. If the election would come down to the council, and if you're looking at a vote of perhaps down party lines, the Jasper 7-member council currently consists of 4 Democrats and 3 Republicans. By Indiana State Code, a vote and decision must be made by December 31st. Last night, the Jasper Utility Board was provided an update on the status of the ongoing dam spillway elevation project at Beaver Lake. Gas and Water Manager Ernie Hinkle told the board that contractor Kremp Construction has completed chipping the concrete on top of the spillway and have finished a good portion of the newly added elevated concrete.
They have already formed and poured the extra 11 inches of concrete on about 2/3 of the spillway. They're working on the other third as far as getting it formed up, and depending on the weather, hopefully they'll have that poured very soon.
Hinkle says the Beaver Lake Dam Spillway Elevation Project is on track to be completed by January 7th, the completion date depending on the weather. The goal is to raise the lake's water level 11 inches after the issue was raised by a lot owner over the water level after the completion of the Beaver Lake Spillway renovation. The new spillway was installed in June 2012 per a mandate by the Indiana Department of Natural Resources, and the lake had refilled with water by the end of that year. Of course, Beaver Lake is also Jasper's backup water supply. The project is jointly funded and money has been raised by the Friends of Beaver Lake Group and funds provided by the city. A Huntingburg man was taken into custody early Monday evening after he was found to be in possession of marijuana while on the grounds of Vincennes University Jasper campus. At 6:30 last night, officers with the Jasper Police Department were called to VUJC, where individuals were reportedly in a car smoking marijuana and offering it to students passing by. When police arrived, they found the car unoccupied, and after about 10 minutes had passed, they saw the 2 males return to the vehicle. 20-year-old Hector Vasquez and along with Alvaric Vasquez, both of Huntingburg, told police they were returning from class. The pair gave police consent to search the vehicle, upon which officers found 4 grams of marijuana and 2 partially smoked blunts and rolling papers. Hector Vasquez told police that the drugs or paraphernalia were his. He was placed under arrest and taken to the DuBois County Security Center and booked without incident for possession of marijuana, a Class B felony. Bavarian specialty foods and an array of Christmas wares, antiques, quality handcrafted, and primitives await the public at Ferdinand's 18th annual Christkindl Market this Saturday and Sunday, November 21st and 22nd. Opening ceremonies took place this past Friday with the appearance of the Christkindl, or Christmas Angel, on the west side lawn of the Monastery of the Immaculate Conception. Christkindl markets begin for the 14th century Germany and continue through today. Ferdinand's Christkindl Market is one of the most authentic in the United States and recently voted one of the top 100 events in the nation by the American Business Association. Market sites are located indoors throughout the town. Parking is free, as is the optional shuttle service between market sites and admission and entertainment. The 7 market locations include the Ferdinand Community Center, the Tri-County YMCA Antiques Market, Forest Park High School, the Ferdinand American Legion, Ferdinand Elementary School, the St. Ferdinand Spiritual Life Center, and the Monastery Event Center. All market sites will be open from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. Saturday and from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. Sunday. There is no admission charge. Forest Park High School will serve as the hub location for the free shuttle service. Named one of the 12 of the best places to spend Christmas in 2014 by CNN and one of the travel's best holiday attractions 2014 by the Travel Channel last year, the town of Santa Claus will host the 2015 Santa Claus Christmas celebration the first 3 weekends of December. As the holiday season approaches, the famous small town is preparing to host 3 weekends filled with family events and activities. The Christmas celebration will be held on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from December 4th to December 20th. Holiday events throughout America's Christmas hometown include an international fruit cake eating championship at the Santa Claus American Legion, the story of Santa Claus at the Santa Claus Museum and Village, a Run Rudolph 5K throughout Lake Rudolph Santa Claus Land of Lights, Santa Claus arts and craft shows, face painting, and chainsaw carving demonstrations at the Holiday Tree Christmas Shop, chestnut roasting on an open fire at Santa's Candy Castle, breakfast with Santa at the historic Santa Claus Campground, Christmas dinner with Santa at Christmas Lodges, Das Nicholas Festival at St. Nicholas Catholic Church, the Christmas Lake Village Festival of Lights, and more. Executive Director of the Spencer County Visitors Bureau, Melissa Brockman, says families visiting for the weekend create and continue holiday traditions and experiences the magic of Christmas in Santa Claus. Weekend lodging specials are available at Lake Rudolph Campgrounds and RV Resort, Santa's Cottages, Santa's Lodge, and the Rockport Comfort Inn and Suites. For more information about the Santa Claus Christmas celebration, lodging specials, and the schedule of events, make sure to call 888-444-9252 or visit santaclausind.org/Christmas. A historic downtown Jasper Theater will soon be under new ownership, and an endowment has been established for the facility. Next Act Incorporated today announced that it has raised the necessary funds to purchase the former Astra Theater. The group held a gathering at the 78-year-old building this morning to announce its finalization, a purchase agreement with the building's current owner, and is targeting December 1st as the completion date. The Astra was built in 1937 by Bernie Gutzweiler and was currently owned by his son Jerry. The theater closed in 2002, but in recent years has been hosting several events. The 501c3 not-for-profit began efforts to raise money just over 1 year ago. An initial $300,000 was raised to create an endowment within the DuBois County Community Foundation, the yearly proceeds of which will be used for utilities, insurance, and routine maintenance. An additional amount, now nearing $200,000, was raised to purchase the building, as well as provide seed money for a more public fundraising campaign designed to assist with an ADA compliance and renovation needs. Mark Stezik, board president for Next Act, says this campaign, known as Phase 2, will launch early in 2016.
We're going to spend the next couple of months devising what Phase 2 looks like, what a more public campaign looks like. You know, if you give so much money, you get a T-shirt, or we're going to sell seats. You know, you can have your name put on the back of a seat. You know, that kind of thing. So we need to figure out exactly what that looks like and how much sense it makes for us to do it and how we can benefit the most from doing it.
Among the many sizable contributions to the cause, there were 3 milestone investments. First, the DuBois County Community Foundation challenged Next Act to raise an initial $200,000, and when complete, it then granted the organization $1 for every $2 that were raised, capping their gift at an even $100,000. The Friends of the Arts, a Jasper-based 501c3 charged with promoting and encouraging a better understanding of the arts within DuBois County, granted Next Act $50,000. On the private side, former Kimball International President and CEO Jim Tin and his PAT invested $100,000 into Next Act's journey to save the Astra, making them by far the largest private contributor in the cause. In honor of Tin's commitment and belief in their cause, Next Act Incorporated also revealed today that it was naming the Astra stage the Jim and Pat Tin Performance Stage. Signage is being created at this time, and once complete, the 4-foot by 2-foot recognition plaque will be affixed to the front of the stage. Stezik says with their investment, the Tins showed a belief and trust in the group and their work from the beginning. He says it is belief and trust that we'll always cherish and will always honor by doing the right thing for not only the Astra, but the arts and culture of all of DuBois County.
Their belief in us was from the get-go. They capped it off with $80,000, which made the $100,000 a little bit later this summer, early fall, and it was inspirational. And their belief in us was so powerful to our board that we wanted to name the stage after them forever. So it's going to be the stage in the Astra Theater is now forever going to be called the Jim and Pat Tin Performance Stage at the Astra.
Next Acts Incorporated was established a year ago initially as a group whose primary interest was to save, revive, and revitalize the Astra Theater in downtown Jasper. The group soon determined that the best and only feasible route to begin the long march towards achieving their lofty goal was to form a non-for-profit 501c3. In doing so, the Next Act was born, and it became increasingly clear to its founding members that the organizational mission was far greater than the Astra project alone. Up next, we're going to have a look at your weather.